He just has to touch you once.
Going down.
He's so different than anybody else in the division. Like, he knocks everybody out. Everybody hits hard. They all hit hard.
But that
dude hits hard. hard. You know they have that punch machine?
Oh yeah, you can see the power. What's his power?
190.
Why you wake up? You should have kept dreaming.
Joe Rogan appeared genuinely surprised after seeing recent training clips of Shakur Stevenson, where the boxer displayed astonishing striking ability, lightning-fast hands, and razor-sharp accuracy.
His power punch is his left hook. His left hook is what he knocks out everybody with. But it might be that his left hook is faster and it's a better weapon because it's in the front, and his right hand is more powerful, but he just doesn't land it as often that way. Did you find it?
This progression in Stevenson's training points to a possible change in approach. Known for his elite defensive skills, he now appears to be focusing more on powerful, rapid-fire combinations, signaling a potentially more attacking style from Shakur Stevenson. Terrence Crawford, a close friend, mentor, and one of boxing's top pound-for-pound talents, has been spotted working closely with Stevenson during preparations for the upcoming clash with Lopez. The two have shared gym time, with Stevenson sparring and running drills alongside Crawford as he fine-tunes his game ahead of his move to 140 pounds to take on Lopez.
With the phone in my hand.
Stevenson's preparation isn't just about throwing more punches, it emphasizes accuracy, timing, and efficiency. The focus is on adjusting on the fly, analyzing opponents as the fight unfolds, and striking with purpose instead of wasting shots. His compact head movement lets him evade punches by the smallest margins, keeping his posture intact and putting him in perfect position to fire back.
First sparring day. Say he about to violate, we about to see.
Well, this up. He gonna think he gonna think the referee hitting him in that bitch. Champ gonna just be hitting him all day long. Bop, bop, bop. He gonna be steady coming. Oh, he tough. But we gonna hit him with all that good shit. We gonna be ready for his ass. You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fingers and say, that's the bad guy. Sorry. Will that make you good?
Stevenson's approach is built around sharp timing, anticipation, and fast counterpunching, which makes him a tough target to catch clean. Lopez contrasts that by favoring a controlled, pressure-based style, pushing forward with patience and selecting his punches rather than rushing into exchanges.
fights and Tio style, even if he's on his front foot, he doesn't commit to a lot of punches on the front foot, but he can fight that way. Shakur almost exclusively wants to go defense to offense versus leading the exchange. So I don't know, not to say Shakur will be on the back foot the whole time. That's not necessarily how I see the fight going, but I don't know if this is going to be like a knockdown, drag him out type of thing. I think we're going to get a defensive sweep.
He has been clear about his competitive mindset, emphasizing his desire to test himself against opponents who require discipline and adaptability. That hunger to improve with every fight shapes Stevenson's approach, as his confidence and commitment to mastery, not comfort, drive his training and mentally prepare him for top-level matchups like Lopez.
Fans, but I think it also did something for you to prove to yourself that, man, listen, that wasn't like my best performance, but I showed you I can get it out the mud. What did that performance kind of do for you now that you look back at it?
Honestly, I think like styles-wise, I think that Zepeda's style is the style that's supposed to give me the most trouble. Like guys that box and give me time to think is the guys that's gonna have a fit with me all night. But the guys who press me and put me against some ropes and throw a million punches, that's the style that's supposed to give me trouble. So I went out there and I prevailed against that style, and now I'm fighting against a boxer, which for me, it just makes it more fun. I don't have to deal with a guy that's trying to like wear me down so much.
Right.
So now I gotta play chess.
Just as crucial is Stevenson's shot selection. Rather than firing off wild combinations, he stays patient, looks for high-percentage opportunities, and delivers sharp, precise counters that break an opponent's timing and flow.
Is win.
Stevenson has taken his preparation to another level ahead of his highly anticipated clash with Teofimo Lopez. Throughout camp, he's been testing himself both physically and mentally, refining his technique, adapting to the added weight, and fine-tuning his footwork and timing to handle Lopez's strength and intensity. He's shared the ring with top-tier sparring partners, including elite fighters like Terence Crawford, to recreate the challenges he expects on fight night. Alongside that, Stevenson has incorporated additional strength training to generate more power in his shots. His focus has been so complete that he's even passed on holiday celebrations, keeping his body sharp and his mindset locked on success. A clear sign of a fighter ready to meet the defining moment of his career.
Let's fight.
Stevenson is often seen as a defensive mastermind who disrupts opponents by shutting down their game plans and forcing constant adjustments, which can lead to mental lapses over time. His approach is built on sharp timing, anticipation, and rapid counters, making clean shots hard to come by. Lopez operates differently, favoring a controlled, forward-moving style that avoids overextension while carefully selecting his attacks. Clemens expects their meeting to unfold as a tactical battle, where discipline, adaptability, and ring intelligence will play a bigger role than raw power or aggression alone.
him to fight the same way versus Teofimo Lopez. I really don't. And I think people are looking at the Zepeda fight and going, yeah, that's Shakur we want. And I don't want to say he's going to disappoint people, but he will not fight that way with Tio. He won't. And Tio won't fight the same way William Zepeda did. They'll both be very measured. I think it'll be a very slow-paced, low-output fight. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I could see maybe they go to war or something, but we're talking about styles making fights, and Tio's style, even if he's on his front foot, he doesn't commit to a lot of punches on the front foot, but he can fight that way. Shakur almost exclusively wants to go defense to offense versus leading the exchange. So I don't know. Not to say Shakur will be on the back foot the whole time. That's not necessarily how I see the fight going, but I don't know if this is going to be like a knockdown, drag him out type of thing. I think we're going to get a defensive, sweet side.
Rather than easing into a new weight class with tune-up fights, Stevenson went straight for a title, signaling his confidence that he belongs among the sport's elite across divisions. Lopez, meanwhile, has faced scrutiny in his recent 140-pound outings, with some analysts pointing to decision victories instead of dominant finishes and questioning whether he's the most intimidating champion at that weight. Still, his record boasts high-profile wins and championship experience, making him a formidable challenge for any contender, particularly someone stepping up to the division for the first time.
You was the one that wanted to fight, right?
Yeah. I actually set this fight up, and I honestly did it because I wanted to push myself. I know that Tio is a tremendous fighter. I know he's on an extremely high level, and I feel like, well, I know that I can beat him, but I know that this should be a tough session, so I'm ready.
Who were some of the other options you had?
Lamar Roach.
That would have been a real good fight, man. But I mean, Tio, he's a bigger name though, so I see why you went with him.
Yeah, bigger name, and also he got the more accolades. He's been undisputed before. He's done won belts at 35, won belts at 30, at 40. So he's more accomplished. So I know that would be a better name on my resume.
Yeah, a lot of people saying that this is going to be a tough fight for you.
I mean, they absolutely right to have their opinion. I already know this guy's good. I done came up in the amateurs with him.
Both fighters enter this high-stakes matchup with impressive, yet contrasting, credentials. Shakur Stevenson comes in undefeated at 24-0 with 11 knockouts, having already captured world titles in multiple lighter weight divisions, and successfully defended the WBC lightweight crown. His exceptional movement, discipline, and southpaw stance make him a tricky puzzle for any challenger. Teofimo Lopez, on the other hand, boasts a 22-1 record with 13 knockouts, and currently holds the DBO light welterweight title. After rising to prominence as a unified lightweight champion, Lopez has emphasized that elite-level fights deserve both excitement and fair compensation. Known for bringing creativity, variety, and unpredictability to the ring, he has repeatedly caught analysts off guard with his technique and adaptability against top-tier opponents. Drawing inspiration from the greats of the past, Lopez fuses classic combinations with modern athleticism, constantly evolving his style. For him, facing Stevenson isn't just about money or hype. It's an opportunity to prove his versatility, honor the sport's history, and cement his place among boxing's biggest names today.
Of course, I'm talking about Shakur.
Ooh, we didn't get into Shakur.
Oh yeah, I want to see like entertainment, and then pay the man for that entertainment.
Well,
I give it all different kind of traits of skills. I mean, even Andre Ward, someone that's like an analyst, like a perfectionist in boxing, like his IQ is high. He was even the commentator, like he was surprised how I did that jab where it was like a Superman punch to Josh Taylor, a guy that's undisputed and everything, and just made it look so easy. I bring so many things. I even brought a George Foreman combination now because that's everything. Everything is everything. Like I go back in time. That's where my future is at. And so like as far as like retirement and stuff, honestly, man, it's up to the
Eddie Hearn has called the Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson fight exactly the kind of elite matchup boxing needs, highlighting that both fighters are in their prime and bring very different, yet equally intriguing strengths. He notes Stevenson's technical mastery and disciplined approach, praising his ring intelligence and meticulous preparation, which make him a serious threat even against a naturally bigger 140-pound champion. At the same time, Hearn points to Lopez's explosiveness, natural athleticism, an unpredictable, unorthodox style. It's this clash of styles, precision and strategy versus power and momentum, that makes the bout so captivating. Fans can expect a high-level test for both men at the peak of their careers.
He's massively underrated in terms of his achievements and his ability. Everyone in boxing knows how good Shakur is. He is pound for pound, top 5 in terms of quality. But look at the achievements of the young man. At 28 years of age, he's already a 3-division world champion. This is to become a 4-division world champion. Quite remarkable. And Teofimo always rises to the occasion. Sometimes you see a little bit of a lackluster performance when he's not motivated, when there isn't kind of any legacy on the line. This is different. This is a sold-out Madison Square Garden between two of the elite fighters of our generation. And the best thing about this fight is
Veteran boxing analyst Teddy Atlas has praised Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez for taking on a fight that many top fighters would avoid, highlighting their willingness to face a high-risk, elite-level matchup. In today's sport, it's common for fighters to protect undefeated records, opt for safer title defenses, or postpone tough challenges for financial or strategic reasons. Stevenson and Lopez are choosing the opposite path, meeting each other at a higher weight class fully aware of the dangers. Their decision reflects confidence in their skills, a competitive spirit rooted in boxing's traditions, and respect for the sport, as well as for fans eager to see the very best face-off.
Teofimo at certain spots, he's avoiding this guy, he's avoiding that guy. You can't take those shots at these two guys. Definitely can't now. They are stepping up, and they are taking fights that a lot of people are probably surprised they took. Now, a lot of people will say style-wise, Teddy, style-wise, is this going to be a great fight? I don't know if it will. I mean, style-wise, I could see you having a little reservations, whether or not these guys will make for dynamite, they will make, for electricity. I don't know if they will. But I tell you what they will make for. 2 skillful fighters, 2 talented fighters, 2 fighters that are at a high skill level that will compete.
He notes that while the Stevenson vs. Lopez matchup promises top-tier skill, it might not be a non-stop thrill ride full of explosive exchanges. Boxing fans often distinguish between fights that are technically brilliant and those that are purely crowd pleasers. Some bouts highlight mastery of the sport without constant action. Stevenson, for example, demonstrated his versatility in his recent bout against Robson, showing he can operate both inside and outside, blending defensive elusiveness with measured aggression. He expertly manages distance, lands precise counters, and adjusts to his opponent's style while staying competitive throughout. Even if the fight isn't a non-stop brawl, it is expected to showcase intelligent, high-level boxing built on skill, strategy, and adaptability.
Showed aggression in his last fight against Zepeda, being elusive while being aggressive, walking them down, fighting on the inside, boxing well, still being able to counter, still being able to control space, but also be able to go into tight quarters and not be afraid to show that he's good on the inside too, that he can make you miss and make you pay outside and inside. Shakur showed that. That was great. That was great, and people applaud him. I applaud him. We were sitting there, ringside. I was sitting there actually with your sister, ringside, watching that fight. And it was a terrific performance. Shakur showing that dimension, showing that attitude, showing that competitiveness, showing that dog like people like to show or like to talk about, and they wanted to see in Shakur.
The question now is, will Stevenson's technical brilliance control the ring? Or will Lopez's power and experience pull off a stunning performance when the lights go on?